Whoa, the ground is really slippery around here. There seems to be a layer of slime all over it. The tentacle is faster than the eye. Strong, too, as you are unceremoniously yanked to horror and then apart.
Bad place. Very bad place. Go away. You'll be very sorry.
You start to open the monastery door.
Nobody ever listened to Igor.
That Hector has had the munchings ever since it got stolen. Fortunately for it, not for you, it occasionally gets its meals delivered right to the door. That's funny. The strange six-tentacled creature is moving. It looked like another wall decoration at first. Hector Hexapod had a hunch that hapless hero was his lunch. Since you brought no better fare, he chose to eat you, then and there. You see a small statue that matches the description that the chief thief gave you. You feel a funny tingling sensation, then a slimy one, as you reach out to touch the statue. This is not good. Well, you have to admit, becoming a giant banana slug is one of the more unique situations in your adventuring career. It's also the last, as you choke on your own slime. The huge book on the altar looks fascinating. You would almost swear you saw it move. The title says Necrophilicon. Haven't you heard about this book somewhere? Maybe you should have judged this book by the cover. Anyway, the judgment seems to have gone against you. In fact, they threw the book at you. You pick the lock of the desk. Opening the desk set off a trap. A billowing cloud of poisonous gas surrounds you for a moment before dissipating. You're having trouble breathing. The poison quickly courses through your system and achieves essential oneness with your bloodstream. You thrash for a few moments, then death overtakes you. Ah, that did it. The lock springs open with a satisfying snick. Maybe you should have tried disarming the trap on the desk first. You set off a poison trap. Oh, did we mention the trap? Well, there was one, and you evidently haven't been eating your power breakfast lately. In your weakened state, the trap was too much for you and did you in. You set off a spike trap on the safe. Ouch! You're not sure whether it's safe now or if the trap has rearmed itself. Even though there doesn't seem to be anyone here to watch, it might hurt a lot less to be a little stealthier. This place seems to have been set up as a practice ground under the learn or die philosophy of education. The chief monster flicks a tentacle towards you, providing you with a free acid bath. Don't worry, it only hurts for a moment. The chief monster's acid spit started by dissolving your hair, then your skin, down into your bones and so on. You weren't paying much attention after the skin part. This door opens onto the Burgomeister's bedroom and private quarters. Knocking on the Burgomeister's door is not one of the most recommended techniques in your famous Adventuring Thieves Manual. Of all the buildings in all the little towns, you have to pick this one to rob. Choose your victims more carefully next time. The Burgomeister was not at all pleased when you woke him up.
What? Who is there? Dmitri? Is that you? Help! Thieves! Vampires! Dmitri, come quickly! Help!
Now you know why the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You let this one do a bit too much squeaking and it squealed on you. You've been squelched. The old man seems to be having a restless night. Every few minutes he shifts position in the bed. Occasionally you can hear him mutter, "Anna," in his sleep. You easily manage to slit the throat of the defenseless old man. Dead men tell no tales, eh?
What has happened to me? I do not understand. You, why did you kill me? I do not know you. Why did you do such a thing?
If dead men tell no tales, then why did this one do so much talking? Next time, leave the murdering to the bad guys, eh? That one zapped you clean out of the inn, and this one.
Calm down, everyone. Give me a little more time.
Yeah, well, that's all well and good, Gandhi, but we have waited long enough.
Yeah, he's right. I got first dibs. That gypsy's gonna pay.
That gypsy's gonna make Joan of Arc look like a piker. He's gonna burn at the stake.
Yes, yes. If I cannot find out what happened to Igor before tomorrow, you shall have your burning.
By my blood and by my death, I curse you all! As I die, so shall you all!
The prisoner was behind the other door. This one led to the Burgomeister's bedroom. In the morning, you and the gypsy are both burned at the stake.
You! Olga saw you leaving the office after the gypsy escaped. It seems you let him loose. It is a crime to aid and abet a criminal in Mordavia.
You nimbly evade capture and escape into the forest. Unfortunately, the strangely familiar vampire soon converts you. Pity you didn't find Igor to prove the gypsy's innocence. You're starving. You'd better find some food soon. While it's true that some food may be bad for your health, no food is even worse. You have quite literally starved to death. You really don't feel well. As a matter of fact, you feel like you're about to die from the poison in your system. You are so exhausted that everything you do hurts. Better get some rest. Talk about over-exerting yourself. That last little food wore you out so much it hurt. In fact, it hurt so much it killed you. Take it easy on yourself. Whoops! You have a sudden empty feeling, sort of like the one you get when you find yourself falling, or maybe like the one you get when you're totally out of mana. In fact, it's both of those. Cute little bunny has ripped out your throat and is hopping up and down on your dead body. Maybe you should treat gentle woodland creatures with more respect. Badly bruised, beaten, and battered by the banners, you gruesomely give up the ghost. Apparently the revenant was a little lonely. Now it has company in bed. Chernovy wizards are not to be taken lightly. This one's magic has spelled doom. This time you thought necrotaurs were vegetarians. Your final battle certainly ruled out that theory. Technically, a wyvern isn't a true dragon. In practice, it's nearly as deadly. In fact, in your case, it was quite as deadly. You feel a chill go through you as you enter this part of the forest, as if a cold wind suddenly sprang up from nowhere. The wraith has sucked your life force right out of you. Should you return here in another life, you will need to be properly protected and strike quickly.
Hello there. Could you help me? This water is so cold and I need someone to help warm me.
This is one of the most beautiful women you've ever seen. She has lovely, long, golden green hair, although your eyesight tends to focus a bit lower than that. You wade out to the lake woman and take her in your arms. Her skin is soft but very cold. The lake spirit moans softly as she holds you closer and closer and tighter, then pulls you down into the lake. You quickly discover that you really don't know how to breathe water. There's something strange about this bush. Maybe it's the eyes. Oh, forget it. It's probably just an ordinary, everyday bush with blood-red berries and tentacle-like branches. That hurt. That really hurt. Think of being stung by a 10-foot-long wasp. You think that would be a relief in comparison. You've been bitten by a berry bush and you're bound to be buried.
Go away! We allow no strangers in our camp. Leave immediately!
were in grave danger. You can't get into morgue trouble now. It's a cryptic situation. Too bad for you. Make no bones about it. You're dog meat now. Next time, chill out before they chow down. Rest in peace. They dogged your track and outfoxed you. Doggone it, they've overrode you. You found their bite was worse than their bark. I got to hand it to you. You walked into an alarming situation. Bet you wished you hadn't done that. It's a Chernovy, one of the dread wizards of the Dark One. Overwhelmed by the power of the Chernovy wizard's magic, you finally succumb and sink into the swamp. You sense that your magic is weakening. You need to return to shore quickly before it is gone entirely, or you will surely drown. Oh no! You don't have enough mana to continue your glide spell. You should have followed your instincts. When your mana is low, there's no way to go. And when you fall down in the swamp, you will drown.
I wouldn't do that if I was you, but I'm not.
You see the light. Your whole life goes past your eyes in a flash. Or maybe those were just the skull's laser eyes, flash frying you.
Well, now you're here and all trapped like a fly in a web. Just looking at you reminds me of lunch. So, what'll it be, kid? Hero sandwiches or hero on the half shell? Seeing as he is already frozen, we could just settle for a little ice cream sundae with whipped cream and nuts. Oh, good. We'll just skip the main course and go straight to dessert. Any last words from the soon-to-be supper? Oh, what's the matter? Cat got your tongue? I hope not. That's one of my favorite parts. I'm looking forward to tongue on a bun and a throat float after all.
How humiliating. Pour the combat as an hors d'oeuvre. Perhaps next time you should try to talk your way out of becoming the main course.
So, now my dining delight, do you have what I asked for? Hello there yourself, my favorite friend. Where's my pie? I'm hungry. Any other questions? There's a nasty rumor going on about a certain hero who's about to be fricasseed if he doesn't give me my pie. Enough of this. If you won't give me something to eat, I'll just have to help myself. How about some green legs and man?
Next time you visit Baba Yaga, don't forget to bring something suitably gruesome to gnaw on. Besides yourself. You have a very bad feeling. The air is full of hostile vibrations.
human has returned with the staff. We shall finally gain what we have sought for so long. Staff of Arana, hear my command. I, Tatiana, queen of the fairy folk, summon thee and claim thee for my own. Staff, hear my command. Thou shalt hear and obey my words. I am thy master now.
You feel an incredible rush of magical energy filling you. It tickles. You hear a voice in your head.
I am now the staff of the hero. He is the hand of destiny and shall restore the spirit of Arana.
So, the human has claimed the staff of Arana? Then by his death, the staff shall be mine. Gods, destroy that human creature!
You don't have enough mana points to cast that spell.
Ah, the human has wasted his magic. He is at our mercy now. Destroy him!
You beat the grave 3 times with your broom. On the 3rd strike, a horrible moan arises from the grave. The Rusalka's unfaithful lover got you. Ouch! That axe felt like it was designed to take your head right off your shoulders. Fortunately, you're buff. You should have asked permission before searching that relief. Now the chopper has made you chop suey. As you open the sarcophagus, a mysterious glow rises from it to surround you and your possessions. Suddenly your weapon feels lighter and more comfortable in your hand. A fearsome wraith has risen from the sarcophagus and now seeks to drag you into it. When racing with a wraith, it's wise to be the swiftest. The wraith greedily devours you as it adds your life energy to its own. You climbed the gate just fine. You climbed down just fine, too. The necrotaurs killed you quite nicely before you could reach the ground. Isn't that nice? The necrotaurs are having you for a midnight snack. You might want to leave frontal assaults for later, or at least prepare for combat better. You heroically slaughtered one of the guardian necrotaurs. Unfortunately, the second one unheroically made mincemeat of you. You'll need to work up to this encounter in your next life. Wow! A powerful shock goes through you as you touch the gate. The castle inhabitants seem to have set up a burglar deterrent after the previous break-in. Your whole life flashes before your eyes, along with lots of other bright lights, as the gate spell zaps you into oblivion. Touching these items. The badders just swoop down and dig you in. Even weak monsters can be dangerous if there are enough. The chest is locked. Kablooey! You got the chest open but set off an explosion in the process. The chest was trapped. You opened the case. The trap shut your eyes. It's hard to make a living when you're dying. You've just had a close encounter with the spirit of the ghost kind. When all is said, however, your life's done. You know, there are those two huge goon guards down at the bottom. Are you sure this is such a good time to head down the stairs? This really isn't such a hot idea. It will be certain death to get too close to those guards. The two goons decide to have a taffy, maybe it's a patsy, pulling contest. They're very disappointed when you break instead of stretching any further. You hear voices beyond the upper door. Two people seem to be having an argument in the next room. You carefully open the door just a little so you can hear better and look through the crack. The door's rusty hinges give out a squeak as you open it. You seem to have startled a couple of the castle's residents. One of them is your old nemesis, Ad Avis. You've been tried and fried on charges of failing to have looked before you left. You hear voices beyond the upper door. Two people seem to be having an argument in the next room. You carefully open the door just a little so you can hear better and look through the crack. The door's rusty hinges give out a squeak as you open it. Now that you think back on it, none of the castle doors seem to have been used much recently. That really burns you up. Just as you were looking in on your old flame, you got fired.
He came to visit while I was sleeping? Did you ask him what he wanted? Well then, ask him now. You're not a very nice person. You tried to hurt us. I don't like you. You should hug me and make me feel better.
You realize that attacking this sweet little girl really wasn't very nice, and that you'd really have to go up and hug her. That'll teach you a lesson. Don't go around trying to hurt sweet, innocent little girls, especially when they have sharper canines than yours. Taking a deep breath, you place the stake over the vampire's black heart and pound it in with 3 mighty blows of the hammer. You stared at the lifeless corpse in the coffin. You never thought that killing a vampire would be anywhere near this easy.
At last, I am free of her dominion over me. You did precisely what I wanted you to do, destroy Katrina. So nice of you to cooperate with me.
You really helped Ad Avis this time. By getting rid of Katrina, you only turned him loose. The horror slurps you up as if you were a milkshake. The resulting burp reminds you that monsters have no manners. Now that wasn't much of a fair fight. The thing was bigger than you are. Horror certainly seemed to be in a bad mood. Maybe you would have lived longer if it had been a bit calmer. If you tried the direct approach, you would obliterate. Maybe you should be a little sneakier next time. As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. Suddenly you realize that the nearest bones have formed into a cage and are closing around you. Better bone up on your acrobatic skills. You need to be quicker than that to make a career playing the bones. The upper shelf looks pretty distant. It would take an incredible feat of acrobatics to make it from here. You're not sure if you can make it or not. Apparently that was a little too risky for you. Remember hearing that practice makes perfect. A thick, putrescent liquid now oozes and flows through the cave. Looks highly corrosive and in general like something you'd best avoid. As you pass under the hot shower of acid blood, you finally realize just how the Wicked Witch of the West felt in her last moments. These are yours. Do you suppose that you created a vacuum inside the tentacle by blowing so hard? Or was it just hunger? Whatever the reason, explosive decompression has set in. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. Are you tone deaf or simply very slow on the uptake? You seem to have found a very wrong note to play and have now been rocked to sleep forever. Your social life has gone rather flat. That wall is hardly a place to keep banging your head. As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. You hear a crackling noise and see flashes of lightning from the dendrites as the smell of ozone permeates the air. the power! Actually, the power has you. You perform a fairly credible imitation of an incandescent light bulb before burning out with a final flash.
There are advantages to being a vampire. Those puny, mundane weapons can do nothing to me. I wonder how many more spells it will take to destroy you utterly. Shall we find out?
The staff has changed in your hands into a sharp wooden stake.
Cute toy, but you'll never get close enough to hurt me with it. My spells will destroy you utterly should you be so foolish as to try. Go ahead, throw it. You'll take your one shot, which I shall easily deflect. Then I'll finish with you at my leisure. Oh, is that the best you can do? So sad. Now it's my turn. So you have Irana's staff. It will do you no good. I am protected against any magic you can wield against me, even with the staff. You think I haven't arranged protections against all of your spells? I know what puny magics the wizards teach such as you. I know where you are, and I also know that you can't move while that spell is active. I fancy a little duck shoot now.
You tell Ad Avis that you have contacted the Wizards Institute of Technosity, and every wizard who ever lived is waiting outside to destroy him.
I don't believe you.
You inquired if Ad Avis would believe all the members of the Eternal Order of Fighters are coming to beat him to a pulp.
Of course not.
You asked if Ad Avis would believe that the Burgomeister is waiting outside with a warrant for his arrest.
Enough of this foolish waste of time. I'm going to destroy you for good this time.
As the shadows of darkness cover the land, and thousands of voices cry out in agony and grief, you think to yourself, maybe that wasn't quite the right thing to do.